Hey everybody, Bill will making a YouTube video. Surprise, surprise! I come up everywhere, don't I? No, I'm making YouTube because I don't know what I do on Facebook. I don't know if they're jacking with me or if it's just my system. I don't have no idea. But anyway, had an interesting conversation with my buddy Nick today. He came over and built me a deck, and I helped. Okay, I supervised, and then I took some boards out. All right, I'm old. I can't do as much as I used to do. I used to could. You might give me a minute. I might could again. Anyway, me and him were just shooting shit, talking, and had a nice day. But I have some freaking questions here, and I'm just spitballing here. I'm just going to throw them out at you because we went out today. We went to Lowe's. We got wood. We got lumber and everything. And it's like you know what? I got some questions. I've seen some people going out completely slap dab freaking crazy. So I'm gonna throw out some things. I'd like to hear your comments on if you're thinking the same thing or if I'm just slapped down stupid crazy. Right now we have, which I've seen in videos. Thanks to you guys for sharing videos, and thank you guys that are keeping us up to date on current events in your area. Appreciate that. Please keep posting them to Facebook. But here's my thing: it's coming to an issue to where you know what? These cops are. I guess I don't care if they're in a bad position or it doesn't matter anymore. I watched a video of a lady, two ladies there, and they had their kids playing on a playground, not hurting nobody. And the officer come up and berated them, harassed them, because they were enforcing a law that's unconstitutional. So, correct me when I'm right or wrong here. It's like you know what? If you are hired to uphold the Constitution, whoever's telling you to break the Constitution to enforce unconstitutional laws, they need to have their ass fired. And we hear it more and more. Well, I'm just doing my job. Your first job, your first responsibility is with upholding this Constitution. That's it. And if you are not, if you willingly and knowingly that you're actually enforcing a law that is unconstitutional, you are guilty. I saw an officer of the law. He came on and he was telling, and he got in trouble for it. And he was telling individuals that he made a video of how police officers should be acting, and it was really in-depth video. It was really cool, but he was actually telling how he felt or whatever about enforcing these particular laws or whatever. And I think the next day, that his department, they called the first of all and they told him, well, you know what, that was an outstanding video, whatever. He said, wait 2 hours, and then he called back and said, you got to remove the video. He said, no. He said, I have free speech rights, and he does. And it's like, you know what? Because when you're off, you're no longer an officer. It's like, you know what? I should be able to participate being a citizen in any way I choose. But when I'm on duty and and you're paying me, then I'll actually have to enforce whatever laws or policies that our actual government has, or our county, parish, freaking city, states, or whatever. But this guy refused to take it down. They called him back and said, well, you're going to have to take a letter of, they're going to have to say, well, what was it? A bad letter. I don't know. Shit, I can't talk now. I can't think about it. Anyway, excusing your behavior and apologizing and these things, or whatever. He said, I'm not going to do it. I'm not apologizing for something that I know that I did that was constitutionally correct. Another couple hours went by and they said, well, if you don't take this video down, if you don't sign this piece of paper, and we're going to take your job. Well, they still refused. Now, my hat's off to this officer because he made a stand. It was not a popular stand with us in the department. It was not popular with other police departments. It's not popular with anybody that wished to actually impose unconstitutional laws on us and have our officers of the law go out and enforce these stupid laws. The people who are making these laws up, who don't have to enforce them, I got one word for you. It means you're a coward. It means you're enforcing somebody else by holding a pension and a paycheck over their head and saying, you're going to do what we say, or we're going to fire you. This individual got fired. I totally understand the fact that I don't want to be a part of the police department anymore, because the fact is that I'm not upholding the law. I'm upholding opinions of the law, and it's not right. It's not right to the citizens. I applaud this officer. I don't know how far he's going to go. I wish him all the well and all the luck. However, the fact is that this officer actually did one thing that we failed to actually understand. He stood up and stood up for what he believed was right. There are many individuals who need to make that decision as well. There will be coming in upcoming days, there will be other officers that are actually pushing this limit as well. Because, like I said, the world is going to slap down crazy. We have 2 shootings. We have shooting. Anyway, we have shootings in San Antonio. We got the Aubrey guy. He got shot, whatever. And the fact of the matter is that we have a bunch of cops that are fearful and are scared to do their job because they're not properly trained. They're not properly told the rules that they need to enforce, how they need to enforce, and what is the general policy. They're just winging it. They're making shit up. And once again, where all of us have recognized in our police departments, we've got ego issues in our police departments. We got the alpha mentality, the mentality. Once that adrenaline starts pumping them, all the freaking goddamn steroids and all the crap they got using or whatever, you're the enemy now. They're going to take you down. It's hard. And if they don't after they do take you down hard, then they're going to make up some bullshit law and say, you know what, we'll hope it sticks. Just throw it up against the wall, hope it sticks. Just as long as my superiors, my county commissioners and everybody says, well, he had so many arrests last month, he's doing a good job. They're bogus bust. You're clogging up the court system with bullshit. Meanwhile, you got people who are waiting for trial. We were talking about, and neither one of us, Nick or I, are conspiracy theorists. I like dwelling facts. However, I do listen to these conspiracy theories because, sometimes it makes sense. Not all of what they're saying, but sometimes it's like, put 2 and 2 together, goddamn, you got 4. But what we're seeing is that, it seems like that every time something comes up, as far as our political network, we catch somebody in the act. General Flynn stuff. There's all these things that are actually coming our fruition, or that we were getting close to the Obama administration. We're getting close to the Clintons. We're getting close to all those individuals. And we say we've been exposing them forever. I don't think it's going to happen. But anytime we get close, there's a distraction. There's something bigger, better. We got to pay attention to, and we're not concentrating. We're taking our eye off the ball. We got coronavirus now. We've got all this crap, and so we're not paying attention to what's going on in Washington. When's the last time you actually saw a debate for president? It's coming up. And they want us to they're going to authorize mail-in ballots. I'm sorry, but that's unconstitutional as well, because if you're going to cast your vote, you have to be present for your vote to be counted. I don't know how they're skirting this law. There are many people out there today that will say, you know what, it's unconstitutional. It's against the law. They can't do that. And you're right. But here's the thing. They're doing it. They are doing it. They're allowed to get away with it. They have judges that are enforcing stupid laws, going to put somebody in jail for 7 days for opening up her business. And just because she wouldn't apologize, he gives her 7 days. We have to have the attorney general and the governor reverse that decision. When they enforce these laws on you, are you going to have the governor or the attorney general on your side? They're going to listen to read your letter? Probably not. And you're going to be hung out to dry. The coronavirus is something we need to pay attention to. However, the fact is that we have to understand that this is shaping up pretty much like the flu. You get it quickly. 95% of the people recover. And we are overreacting. The government is overreaching into our rights because the fact is that, you know what? It's not that serious. I don't know why they call it a pandemic. It's not a pandemic. It's a bug that's going around the world. Hello, I'm sorry. Men and women, humans have been dealing with this type of situation, and we adapt. That is what our bodies do. It adapts to whatever attacks our body. We have learned through history that you have to be exposed to this. Your body has to respond to it. Then you pass on the immunity to your children. But you can't do that if you don't get the virus first. And I won't say that they'll be immune. I'm saying that the symptoms and things that they suffer from will be less. By staying at home order, keeping everybody inside, it's not accomplishing a damn thing. It's just causing the virus to hibernate. I'll say it again. I'll say, I'm an old fart. If I get a cold in my chest, I need to go outside. I need to get some sun on me. I need to get outside and breathe some fresh air. I need to actually walk, exercise a little bit, hack that crap up. And yes, I'll take my vitamins. I'll drink, I drink more orange juice. But there's nothing that you can actually do, even if you go to the hospital, except overrun the hospital. I find it hard to believe now that we've had such a run on the medical system and whatever, but medical facilities are laying people off. Does that make any sense? They're laying people off, furloughing them, tell them to go home. That doesn't make any sense to me. Things are not making sense. And the issue that I have is that, you know what, something else is really going on. What's really going on? That's what I'm asking, is what's really going on, because it's not adding up. The story's not adding up. We have Dr. Fauci coming in to play now. He was involved in H1N1. He was involved in the AIDS virus. He was involved in all this stuff. So could it be possibly that maybe they're creating this pandemic so they'll come up with some kind of magic pill that right now you can buy for probably maybe for a bottle, you can probably get a bottle, 50, 100 tablets, pay $10, $15 for. Or if they make the pandemic worse, they hold on to this. Guess what? They can charge you $1,000 per dose. Please tell me if big pharmaceutical ain't involved in that. We have been witnessing these unconstitutional laws that are actually going into effect, and we're supposed to accept them, and supposed to accept them. We're supposed to swallow them and say, okay, it's because of the national emergency or whatever. I do not remember reading into my Constitution anywhere that it says, except for a pandemic or national emergency. Well, what they're saying is, you can have freedom of speech unless it's a national emergency, unless it's a pandemic. So all these rights we have, that's what they're saying. Well, except for now. You can have freedom of speech except for now. That right there is the problem. It is a right that cannot be taken away because of an environmental issue. You still have the same amount of rights. And they're telling us that we don't. Now, and telling us now they're arresting us and telling us now we don't. Now it's starting to cost us money. You can't afford right now to take off from your job. I'm telling you, because they just waiting. They're just trying to figure out who they're going to lay off next. But once again, What's the real story? Misinformation, mainstream media. No information, government. Who knows the truth? Zero. We really don't actually know as American people what the hell's really going on because they won't tell us. I would think that maybe by now, I would just, as a politician, hell, I don't know what's going on. They don't tell me anything anyway. But yet we have got individuals who are supposed to represent us now putting orders on us because of a pandemic that's really not that serious anyway. Even if you are, if it is that serious to you, then they're taking away your right to protect yourself. I'll still go back to what happened to Roe versus Wade. What happened to that? My body, my choice. You'll hear the answer from them. Well, because you're infecting other people. Prove it. Can you go to the date and time that I actually exposed this individual and he wasn't exposed to other people? Can you go there? Then why am I going to jail? Nobody's hurt in this scenario. Well, you exposed other people. So you're convicting me of a crime that I actually committed. You're not going to know about if I actually did it or not until this person gets sick or gets well. So if this person gets well, do I get to go home now? It's ridiculous. And we're asking the American people to swallow this pill. We're asking us to, it don't feel right. It don't taste right. There ain't nothing about it. Every American citizen, this ain't right. I don't care what side of the coin you flip on, Republican, Democrat, I don't care. Everybody, this shit ain't right. Something's really going on. And now we start to question, why are you making me stay inside? Why are you having the police actually track me or not? Why are you even proposing that I get a chip so that you can tell who's tested, who's not tested? Why are you proposing all this damn shit? It ain't doing nothing to cure this. Carrollton Police Department actually said that they're going to use the stimulus money that they got from the government. They're going to use it to actually buy drones to track you. This is 1984 shit, guys. I'm not. We can't make this up. Soylent Green. It reminds me of that because now we've got people say what we're eating meat is cloned or whatever. So it's like, okay, what? And I'm confused because the fact is that in my brain housing group, this shit goes in and everything else is like, you know what? Shit goes in here. And I'm like, it's bullshit. Our House of Representatives will not even go back to work. They are voting from home. They're doing these things in their underwear. I don't know if they're wearing pants or not. And they won't be. The Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi, will not call them back to actually take votes where you're required to be present to vote. These ain't my laws, man. These ain't my laws. I ain't making this shit up. We, the American people, are about up to here with bullshit. And I'm really kind of sick and tired of saying, well, it's getting worse. People are going to start coming forward. People are going to be, paying attention to this or whatever. And basically the dilemma is this. If you want to keep your job, if you want to keep your place of employment, if you want to keep your good standing in your city or community or whatever, you just comply. That's it. This is what you are being mandated to. You must comply. Even if the order is bullshit, you must comply. I'm sorry, people, but that's how the Nazis got started. That's how communism took over. That's how people lose their rights. And guess what? Now they're fighting to get them back. We blame everything on the Russians or the Chinese because they're trying to spy. Guess what? It's what they do. Didn't you know that when you took? Didn't you realize that that's what they do? We do it to them too. It's the spy shit ain't working just one way. It's what we do. It's what they do. We should expect that, and we should prepare for it. I don't know in what direction we're headed. Everything that I see a red flag, and I'm not a fear monger. I'm just saying, I see red flags all over this shit. And then I look at our economy, And our economy is not reacting. Our economy is not under a pandemic. It's leveled off around 23, 23 and a half. It's not bad. We lost some, yeah, but we're actually, did we hit the floor? Did we hit the bottom yet? I think so, because that's what they're acting like. Unless the whole system is corrupt and they're lying to us. But where we're at today, it's going to take us at least a year to 2 years to actually get back to where we were when this all started 45 days ago. These jobs will probably come back, but they're not going to come back overnight. And I can't get this through the American people's heads. Like, you know what? Things don't happen overnight in our government and in our policies and everything. You know, it takes time. It takes time for these things to go through and get, you know, to get signed off by Congress, by House of Representatives, by Senate, then by the president, all this kind of shit, whatever. It takes time. It takes months. But meanwhile, in the meantime, you're still having to comply. It's your choice. Like I said before, it's your choice. Either I comply and keep my status, I keep my job, I keep as much as I can. Let me ask you a question, though. What happens when they get finished with you? Now you're stuck in the boat like everybody else. And, oh, shit, I'm laid off now. What am I going to do? And here's what's catching up with these law officers, like this one individual right here. Is the fact is, you know what? If they lay me off, guess what? I ain't going to have no friends. From the way that I treated individuals by actually not respecting their actual rights, their constitutional rights. This is going to be major for all our police officers, because the fact is, you know what? Oh shit! Now it's happening to me. And this will be coming, because the fact is that our police officers right now, and there's a lot of people out there just scratching and begging just to be able to go to work, just to be able to get a paycheck, just to be able to feed their family. And it was forced upon us by the United States government. And don't let me forget this, our governors of our states. We have care centers that we have set up. We spend millions of dollars on set up at the spur of the moment. They're shutting them down now. Never had a case. How much money did that cost us? Where do you think all this payback of these stimulus packages? Government don't give away money for free. And if you own a business and you took this money, guess what? You are going to owe this money, whether your business stays open or it goes bust. You're still going to owe this money back to them. And what were the terms that you actually took this loan? Did you read the fine print, or were you just desperate enough to go down there and take this money without asking questions from your government, or reading the fine print so you could ask questions? Meanwhile, we go out limited, and we're actually stuck in our house. We're actually putting all this effort because we're afraid to die. We're afraid to die. We're living a life that, you know what? Hell, might as well be freaking dead already. If I can't live my life, it's like, God dang. Why do I want to crowd in my damn house or whatever? You know what? That ain't no life. What do we call that? It's beyond communism. Beyond communism. It is probably there. You have they haven't been a name. They haven't named a name. They don't have a name for it yet. Let's put it that way. So, I like you. I have questions. I want to know what's going on, and everywhere that I turn, nobody has any answers, except for the fact is comply, go to jail, and we're going to fine your ass off. Are you willing to pay the price? And what's it going to cost you in the long run? This is where they're forcing the American people. They're forcing you to make a choice whether to comply and not comply. If you don't comply, they will come after you. They are already talking about coming in the homes and getting people that are actually been tested positive. They are actually coming in, going to separate families, because the fact is that you're in your family. They're going to take your kids. They're going to separate you, your husband and wife. They're going, but for your own good. Okay, Mr. Government Man, Mr. Politician, who the hell do you think you are to tell me what to do with my life? Who are you to think that you can actually come and tell me how to run my life, and that you have any responsibility to do so? You don't. It's way out of your league, bro. Stay in your lane. I am not fearful of the coronavirus. I am fearful of the people who are reacting to the coronavirus, and the individuals who are making up these stupid ass laws, and these officers that are on the street that are enforcing stupid ass laws. This will go to tell you that, you know what? This is how they're willing to go within 45 days now. Well, maybe more than 45 days, but anyway, they've shut down the government. Now they're actually issuing laws that are unconstitutional, but they're issuing these laws and they're enforcing these laws, and they're making you comply with these laws. They're making you. You don't have a choice. You say, well, I can go to court and fight this crap, whatever. What, 2-3 years? How much money are you going to spend doing that? Money you don't have right now. Most of the American people are like, you know what, I wonder if I got a job on Monday morning. That's just sad but true. We're not talking about that. Expected 23 million layoffs. We're not going to recover from that overnight. But still, the government will ramp up or maintain its current status to ensure that more people will go down the tubes to where they get them to the point to where it's all bottom line, guys. Comply or you die. Comply or we'll make sure that you wish you were dead. You do as you're told. You don't ask any questions. You just do it. Even though it's stupid. Galactically fucking stupid. Hector, Texas, they got a SWAT team on some individuals because they were protecting a business. My thing is, you know what? A lot of people say, well, why you need a SWAT team, whatever. I'm asking, why the hell are you doing it in the first place? What the hell are you doing there in the first place? They said, well, we got a cease and desist order. Who issued that order? It's not a legal order. But they got Bubba. Oh, yeah, they got Bubba. Weighs about 320 pounds. Can't keep his pants up because he's got his gun case on there and keep rolling his pants. And when he puts on his flag jacket, you can see his beer belly hanging out there. These are who is enforcing your laws. These are the people who are doing it. Pulling SWAT. They ain't even. God, please tell me that you understand that these people in Anchor, Texas, it wasn't a SWAT team. It was Bubba's, all Bubba's getting together and say, that's what I saw on TV. So we have actually been exposed to the fact is that we see how our government's going to react to this. We're seeing that they are actually going to enforce these unconstitutional laws. They're going to do so, whether you say so or not, or whether what you currently believe or not believe. And it's going to get to you because the fact is that economically you will not be able to comply or not comply. You will be forced to comply. Does that sound familiar? Does that kind of sound like a system of government that we want, what we actually fought for and died for and everything? Is these things that are going on around you is like, you know what, hell, this ain't my damn country anymore. Because you know what, no, it's not supposed to be like that. But we're afraid to speak up and say anything because the fact is that we will be on the skyline. We will be the individuals that, you know what, you're going to shut up and comply. We're going to take you to jail. Somebody had a good point too. It's all over the internet. They got a good point. Like, okay, so you're going to arrest me for opening up a salon and put me in jail, and you're releasing criminals. In the state of Washington, they're actually even considering releasing the Green River Killer because of COVID-19. But these same individuals are going to arrest businesses for opening early. Does that make any sense to you? We're not going slap down crazy. Common sense has freaking left the damn building. But here's what it's going to come down to. Here's the ultimate choice. Is the fact is, you know, if you do not get this economy started, if you do not open these businesses and you do not open up to individuals who actually can actually trade and provide commerce, then guess what? You're going to starve to death. This is your choice. If they take your business from you, say you can't open your business, they're signing your death warrant right there. What are you going to do? Here's the thing. I'm going to rely on my government to help me out of this. I want my government to issue me a check. I want my government to take care of me. As soon as you do that, they got you by the balls because they can stop and start taking care of you depending upon how much you comply. And that's just the bottom line. There are many groups, armed militias, and three percenters. There are many people that are actually gathering together and saying, what the hell's really going on? And actually marching and actually protesting. And the first thing they're met with is not that they're disorderly or anything. You're violating the distancing rules. We're going to arrest you for violating the distancing rules. That about covers it, don't it? Now they don't. Now they just made up an excuse to arrest your ass. You may beat the crime, but you will not beat the rap. And they will actually enforce this. And there will be no governors. There will be no attorney generals because these cases are going to mount up. And they're going to be on the docket. Meanwhile, district attorneys, county attorney, all these people are still getting paid to do this shit. They making money. Isn't it funny that the same people who are forcing you out of your job, they ain't losing their job? Isn't it funny that the people that are making the rules, guess what, don't affect them? And please tell me you understand or explain to me like I'm a freaking 3-year-old. I can't go to church. We have probably in our church, small. Well, we got a bunch of churches around here. But anyway, the church I attend has maybe like about maybe 150 people on a good day that regularly meet for congregation. I went to Lowe's with Nick. I saw 150 people within 5 minutes walking in and out of there and in parking lot all around. Why don't we shut down the Walmart? Because they directly support campaigns and these individuals that they put into office, and they say, you know what, don't shut us down. We're going to pull our funding for you. If you shut us down, who'd they come for first? The mom and pops, the people who have earned their business, the family business that have been handed down from father to son for generations. They're coming after you. And we have many individuals, farmers, ranchers, welders, pipe fitters, all these individuals that are blue collar workers, basically. If I miss some people, I'm just saying, I'm just spitballing here. But anyway, blue collar workers who have actually chosen this as a living or making their step to actually do something else in their life or whatever. Guess what? It's all taken away from you. They got to start. They got to start from scratch. After this is over with, are you going to be able to go back to work and what you were doing before? It's a question you got to ask. Is that business that I work at, is it even going to be opening anymore? Do I have a job now? These are the pressing questions that the American people need to have answers to. Right now, it seems awful apropos. The fact is that, you know what? Oh, whenever we got close to, like I said before, we got close to getting investigations into all these damn people who we've been did bad shit for freaking years. All of a sudden, we got a coronavirus. All of a sudden, we're making people vote from home. All of a sudden, we're keeping everybody inside, doing our damn best so they can't participate and they can't gather together because, God forbid, 15 or 20 of us start showing up thinking the same damn thing. Can't handle it. So I'm just spitballing here. I really appreciate you guys watching or whatever. I mean, I'm not a popular guy. I'm not really whatever, but I have to talk because I got questions. And I'm like, you know what, please tell me, please explain to me like I'm 3-year-old, what the hell's going on? What do you see? Because the fact is that maybe if you and I get together and we compare notes, we'd be like, you know what, hell, now I see the big picture. And that's what it's going to take. It's not going to come from the government. It's not going to come from the Supreme Court. It's not going to come from any other people except for us. So how we're going to fix this. The Supreme Court is useless. They turned down 10 cases revolving around 2A. The Supreme Court is useless. They refer these cases back to the coronavirus, back to the Attorney General of the state. which has to forward it to the Supreme Court of the state of Texas or your state Supreme Court. Then it'll take a month or 3 months or 6 months to actually even hear the case. But yet we still arrest people. Yet we're still arresting people for actually staying outside and don't have a damn mask on. Can we believe that? If somebody ain't got a mask on them, you scared of the corona, don't get around them. Don't go. And all these snitches and looky-loos or whatever, they're like, you know what? Well, I'm calling them and calling the cops. I'm reporting you. You're spreading the coronavirus. Prove it. Because I would actually, I would like to. I'd like to go down and tell you if I got the coronavirus or not. But it's going to take me. It's going to take me 6 weeks to get a damn test here in Texas. Oh, we're testing everybody. Bullshit. Try and call and see if you can get a test. Try. See how long it'll take you. There ain't just to go in there and say, I'm going to go get for me a test. I go in a couple of days, I'll get me a test. No, it ain't nothing like that. Shit, like 2 weeks. 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Because as long as they're not testing people, they keep making up the numbers to make it worse than what it really is, to keep us in line, because that way we can comply. It's basically, it's pretty basic to me. But I really want to know, through all of this confusion, all of what you're doing and created economically, and the pressure that you put on every day as citizens, what's really going on to hide your misdeeds? Because the fact is, it started to point back to the individuals in Washington, the Supreme Court, all these individuals who are actually elites, who are actually calling the shots, diverting attention from away from them to the coronavirus. The spitballing. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. Please like and share if you like it, or hit me back, comment or whatever. Tell me what you think or whatever. But anyway, you guys be good. Be careful. Watch them, and guys, just pay attention to what's going on around you, because man, they're sneaking up on you and they're coming at you at every angle. Just everybody else, cop shows up and harasses the shit out of you because you ain't wearing, because you got your damn what got your underwear on backwards. Why? Because you can tell by a freaking drone that you got up there. Can't have that. Or you didn't buy your panties at freaking Walmart. You bought them from. You didn't buy them in the correct place. It's unauthorized underwear. Give me a break, man. You guys be good. I'm out.